Now let me just put this somewhat in perspective for you. It's not that people cannot see the Jarawa tribals, because the central issue actually is that there is a road, a very large road. It's the Andaman Trunk Road, the main road in the island that goes through the Jarawa Reserve. There is no way that that road could have been avoided, says the administration. Otherwise, people in settlements to the north of the island wouldn't have had easy access to the south of the island, to places like Port Blair. But this access is very, very restricted. And even though there are tourists who actually go through that road, they are not allowed to film and they're not allowed to interact with the Jarawa. What these two filmmakers allegedly did is actually enter the jungle of this massive reserve from the seaside, spent a considerable amount of time, gave them sacks of food and won their support to allow them to film this entire community, which is completely illegal. But let's just take a look at how and why it's difficult for anyone to actually film the Jarawa. Well, this is just about where the reserve begins. This is a place called Jirkatang. Beyond this, we can't use our cameras at all, because the Jarawa Reserve begins from this point onwards. It's a curious experience. We are in a part of our own country where we can see our own countrymen, but we can't communicate with them, and we certainly can't film them at all. And despite which, you have a scenario where you've got tourists coming into this area. So tourists are allowed to enter and drive through this road, the Andaman Trunk Road, and they can look at the Jarawa people in case they are there on the road. They can't film them and they certainly can't interact with them. And the rules about this are absolutely clear. And this is what the government is now enforcing hard. It says, drive the vehicles carefully, only in a convoy. Solitary driving risks your life and property as well as that of the Jarawas. Do not allow the Jarawas to get into the vehicle. Do not give any eatables or clothes to them. Do not indulge in photography, videography, either in the Jarawa Tribal Reserve or Jarawas. Otherwise, you'll be liable for legal action, including seizure of the camera or the mobile. So the rules are absolutely clear, and we're going to respect these rules. As we enter this reserve area, we will not be filming the Jarawas. But what does strike us is that the people we are traveling with on this convoy are in this journey for only one purpose: to travel through this reserve area and to see the Jarawas. The big question, is this indeed a human safari? Well, that was from a documentary shot a few years back. Now two French documentary filmmakers have illegally entered that reserve and they have filmed a full documentary over there of the Jarawa. They have since left the country. The administration of the Andaman Islands says they're going to pursue this legally through the External Affairs Ministry.